everyone. Good morning and welcome back. Well, November is Epilepsy Awareness Month, and listen to this. 1 in 26 people will develop epilepsy at some point in their lifetime. So it's likely you or someone you know could be affected in some capacity at least one day. Wow. Dr. Danielle Becker is who is also her caregiver, Marianne, to discuss the prevalence of epilepsy and teach us about advocacy for yourself or for those around us. And they're all joining us right here. Good morning, you three.
Good morning.
It's nice to have you, and it's nice as we near the end of November to really get this information out there again. So, Dr. Becker, what is epilepsy, if you could explain it for some of our viewers? And then what are the risks of those uncontrolled seizures?
Absolutely. So epilepsy is a common neurological disorder. As you even just stated yourself, 1 in 26 people will have epilepsy at some point in their lives. Actually, 3.4 million people in the United States have epilepsy. And it's characterized by seizures, which are caused by abnormal electrical activity in the brain. And if you have this, and especially often or uncontrolled, it can lead to issues with memory, with cognition. It can lead to limitations in education, in employment, in driving, as Lauren can speak to from personal experience. It could also lead to something called sudden unexpected death in epilepsy. And for that reason, we really want to make sure that there's information out about advanced treatments. And our primary goal is to try to stop the seizures if we can.
Wow. All right. Thank you for explaining that, Dr. Becker. Why aren't more patients without seizure control receiving those advanced therapies, in your opinion?
So some of it might be because of location, right? They might not be near an epilepsy specialist or a comprehensive epilepsy center. And if that's the case, then we want to encourage people to ask, right? Ask questions, ask to be referred to an epilepsy specialist. And an epilepsy specialist, also called an epileptologist, which is a mouthful, is someone who has been trained in the advanced evaluation and treatment options beyond just medications. And so we know that over 1 million people will have failed 2 more medications, and the likelihood of controlled seizures is less than 5%. And so for those options, especially possibly surgery, or even something called neuromodulation, which is less invasive and personalized. And an example of that would be something called the RNS, or the Responsive Neurostimulation System. It's a device that's implanted in the brain, and it's set to actually pick up the first sign of seizure and send an electrical impulse within milliseconds to try to stop the seizure before the patient even feels it. And Lauren actually has that device, so she can speak more to that. And if you also want more education to see if you qualify for the device, you can visit neuropace.com and fill out a questionnaire that will help you figure out if it's right for you.
Okay, thank you so much for that information. Yeah, I do want to kind of move on and speak with Lauren while we still have some time. Good morning, you two. Lauren, what kind of limitations have you been experiencing while living with epilepsy so far? And then we'll move on to your mother as well.
I have severe short-term memory loss, and because of that, I can't drive. Learning was very difficult for me. It also limits the type of jobs I can be successful at.
Yeah, I'm sure this is proving difficult in many areas of your life. And of course, having your mother, Marianne, as your mom and your hero and your caregiver, that's always helpful with you too. But Lauren, how hard was it for you to get advanced therapy after your medications didn't prove to work?
I can take that one for her. So we were lucky enough to be close to the city. So after Lauren had failed lots of different oral medications, we were lucky enough to meet Dr. Becker and become one of her patients. And we were lucky enough to find out that Lauren was a candidate for the RNS system.
Which has proved to be wonderful news and obviously life-changing advanced therapies for your family. So Marianne, back to you again as the caregiver. What advice do you have for other folks who would be in that same situation? And how would you encourage them to keep really pushing for the best treatments and therapies?
Sure. And as Dr. Becker stated, find that specialized neurologist who specializes in advanced treatments. Do your research, ask questions, and to hang in there. It is a very, very long journey. Our journey's been 10 years. We're lucky enough to have Lauren to be 2 years seizure-free at this time.
Wow.
And just never, ever give up.
2 years seizure free. That's something worth celebrating, huh, Lauren? How are you feeling these days?
How are you feeling?
I'm good. I'm much more awake since I came off my medications, some of my medications.
Okay, I love to see it, and you two seem to be in very high spirits. So again, thank you so much for sharing your story this morning with us. And really quickly, Dr. Becker, where can we go to find more information if we seem to find ourselves in this type of situation?
Yes, so if you go to the website, neuropace.com, and again, you can fill out a survey there to see if you think the RNS might be right for you as well.
Okay, incredibly informational interviews this morning. I'm so glad all three of you could take the time to join us and shed light on your story as the patient, as the caregiver, and as that specialized doctor. So again, thank you, thank you, thank you. And again, November marking Epilepsy Awareness Month, so very vital information for a lot of our viewers. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, all right, take care. Okay, stick around. We got plenty more coming up right here on North Dakota Today after the break.